The first thing you should know about Duskmere is that the moon keeps a kind of ledger there, and it is always, always paid. My name is Evangeline Hartwell, and this is Duskmere. I want you to see it the way I first did, gates shut, the house holding its breath, and no one foolish enough to try the lock but me. Duskmere sits where England runs out, a moor that goes on until the light gives up, and beyond it, sea cliffs the maps call salt-bleached, because that is what the wind does to everything here eventually. The nearest village is a scatter of stone roofs you can just make out from the cliff path. Everyone in it has an opinion about the manor, almost none of them will say it to your face. The moor itself has its own weather and its own memory, wind that has been blowing since before anyone kept records of it. 5 miles back toward the village stands Ashford House, where I live with my aunt. The gates have been closed for 7 years, rusted at the hinges, and someone, more than one someone, keeps tying charms to the bars, twisted twigs, a strand of red thread, the kind of thing London would call quaint and the county calls sensible. Past the gates, the house itself has gone quiet, the way a held breath goes quiet. Dust sheets over the good chairs. Half the rooms run on candlelight because there is no one left to trust with lamp oil in an empty house. But the library is different. It is the one room in Duskmere that is still fully alive, shelves that climb into shadow, a reading table that has seen more real work than the rest of the house combined, and, some nights, a single candle burning long after it should have been left to gutter out. Past the library, glass and iron, a conservatory holding more green in one room than any London drawing room would allow. There is a garden behind the house that most of Duskmere's guests never see. It keeps 4 plants worth knowing, and none of them behave the way a garden is supposed to. Thornvine looks harmless enough, climbing the old wall like any bramble. It is not harmless. Let something cross too close, and it does not wait to be threatened, vine and thorn, moving faster than any ordinary plant has business moving. Moonbell blooms in the dark, and glows when it does, pale silver, and always the night before the full moon. It is the earliest warning the estate has if you know to look for it. Bloodroot answers a different kind of trouble. Where Moonbell responds to the old power, Bloodroot reacts to the darker kind. It is the plant equivalent of a hand going instinctively for the door. And Wolfsbane, planted nearest the house, county law says is the one that notices first when something with teeth comes close. One more is worth knowing, though it does not grow in this garden at all. The starwort grows on the sea cliffs alone, 5 pale petals, a stem no thicker than a hairpin, and it will not grow where anything else will. My father pressed one of these once, and kept it. What ruined him was the idea behind it, that the right plant could answer a curse the way the right medicine answers a fever. London called him a fraud. I came here to prove them wrong. He kept notebooks the way other men keep ledgers, which plant answered which affliction, under what moon, in what soil. Most of it burned when his name did, not all of it. The man who owns all of this is the Earl of Duskmere, once London's most talked about rake, now a recluse who has not left his own grounds in 7 years, for reasons the town has settled on, wrongly. They call it the Blackwood madness. The truth is a great deal stranger than madness. There is a curse on him, and it keeps its own calendar, the full moon, every month, without fail. You will know it is close before he tells you. The amber floods to gold, and for a breath, something else looks out through his eyes. The rest of the month, his control is the only thing standing between the man and the curse. I have never met anyone who works harder at simply staying himself. The year is turning toward its last full moon, the one the county calls the blood moon. I never used to count days by it. I do now. Between the 2 houses, secrets do not keep long. My maid Molly carries half the county's gossip besides my own. Duskmere's Tobias carries the Earl's, and neither of them scares easily. Down in the county, no one wastes time arguing about whether any of this is real. They just leave charms at the doors and salt on the thresholds and pass the remedies from mother to daughter like anyone would pass down anything worth keeping. Something else moves through this county too, and nobody local will give it a name out loud. Livestock drained on the outlying farms, marks burned into bare earth that no one claims to have made. London calls all of it superstition. I have lived here long enough to know better. This is the world I moved into, the night I picked a lock I had no business picking. A moor that runs until the light gives up, gates that have been shut for 7 years, flowers that keep the moon's calendar, and a man the county fears for the right reasons, and London pities for the wrong ones. Stay a while. It only gets stranger from here.